Welcome to Taro and Tea, Tea Sippers. Welcome to Taro and Tea, Tea Sippers. Welcome to Taro and Tea. Welcome, 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 Tea Sippers. Yeah, it's the podcast, baby. Wagwan. The dog a sweat and long hair a hide it. The dog a sweat and long hair a hide it. You know, see the dog a sweat and long hair a hide it. Translation. The dog is sweating. But because the dog has long hair, it appears that the dog is not sweating, because the sweat is not seen because of its long hair. So this Jamaican proverb is all about, sometimes we might be suffering in silence, but a little help from our friends can go a long way. So first of all, welcome, wagwan my people, wagwan people. And wagwan, tea sippers, wagwan. Okay, welcome. So, to all the new followers and all to the collective, wagwan. I hope you have your tea ready, something to sip, something, because we're gonna get ready for the next episode. So I want you to get high. I want you to be hydrated. Okay. So let me just sip on mine. So yeah, the dog a sweat, but long hair a hide it. So collective, sometimes you know what, we go through times and like some situations in our lives where we feel like, no, I've got this. Even if I'm like struggling, and it's like you rather. There's like a saying, I rather dead before tell anybody, that I'm struggling, or I rather hide somewhere in a corner somewhere rather than tell you. Or if the earth can open up, hold and take me, I rather do that than tell you that I'm struggling and suffer in silence. Well, today, honey, to the collective, we're telling you, stop that. You hear me? Stop that. Again, for the back, stop that. Because that kind of behavior, that doesn't help you. That keeps you trapped. Think of the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is feeling trapped. You can't see. You've created this kind of entrapment for yourself. You've kept yourself in this way where you're trapping, you're so caught up in your thought, you're so caught up in your mind that you can't see clearly, because you're so focused on feeling like, no, I've got this, I want to make people think that I've got this, that I appear that I've got everything going well for myself, that I look good, that I look irie, that I look like, yeah, oh, she don't need anything. He don't need anything. They're all right. No. Because when you do that now, you're suffering in silence. No one is hearing what you're going to. No one's going to hear you. And if anything, that is sad, because you're suffering when you don't need to be suffering in silence. Seek a bit of help from your friends. Seek some help from your family. If you're struggling to talk to your friends or your family, then talk to someone like a counselor or a therapist, somewhere where you can get some help. But don't suffer in silence. It's just like when the dog's sweating, but because the dog it doesn't have any, like, let's say, may struggle to feel like, oh, can I seek help, is kind of like suffering in silence, and then the hair is like that disguise, like everything seems normal. And this is the same thing. It's like for us as a collective, for us to really take some time to think about if there's been, even if you're in a current situation now where you feel like you might be struggling, whether it's like in a work relationship or whether it's in a love relationship, and you just want to put everything, like everything is all glossed over, everything is all nice, everything looks so beautiful, but scratch the surface, you start to see you start to see the cracks. You start to think, this ain't really, this is not what it appears, this is not what it seems. Don't feel afraid. Don't feel hesitant to go and talk to somebody, to go and reach out to somebody, to go and take some time and say, you know what? This is the time for me. Take that time. Take that time to unwind. Take that time to not feel like it's a problem, like you're going to hurt or upset somebody. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going out and reaching out for help. And you know what? Sometimes it can also be how we've been raised, how we've been brought up, how we've been made to feel like, no, I rather suffer in silence than to come and reach out and then tell somebody that I'm suffering. We're letting go. As a collective, we're letting go of that. We're letting go of that. We're letting go of that because that doesn't help us. It doesn't help us to grow. If anything, it keeps us stagnant. It keeps us trapped. It keeps us stuck. And we are about being unstuck. We are about lifting ourselves. We're about love and light. We're about growth. We're about developing. We're about manifesting abundance, prosperity all around us, good health. So if we want that as a collective, then we know, we need to understand the importance of letting go. Letting go of things that don't serve you. Letting go of things that don't give you no purpose. Letting go of these unhealthy behaviors. Letting go of people, or if it's people, of its situations that makes you feel that way, that makes you feel unhappy, that unsettles your spirit, that unsettles your soul, that unsettles your energy, that drains you. Let go. Let go. Let go. These are not needed in your life. They're not needed in your life. They're not needed in our collective life. The collective, Wagwan, Tara on T collective, is all about growth. Is all about loving one another, self-love. And this message today is all about really recognizing, don't suffer in silence. If there is something that needs to be, you feel like you need to talk to about, you need to talk to someone, please take that time to go and talk to your friend. Go and talk to a close loved one. Go and talk to a counsellor. Go and talk to a therapist. Go and take that time. Take it off your chest. Take it off your chest. Take it off your chest, because that energy, it keeps you stagnant. It keeps you stuck. And I'm all about the unstuck. We're not here for that kind of energy that's going to hold you, that's going to make you feel like you can't talk to anyone, that you're going to feel overwhelmed, you're going to feel stuck, and you're going to feel like you don't have anyone or any avenue where you can feel that you can release and you can unwind, you can relax. And remember, it's all about enjoying yourself. Like, I know, like, some people say life is short, but I believe life is long. Life is what you make it. Life is your attitude. Life is your mindset. It's how you see things. Okay? And for us to grow and to develop, it's all about seeing things, but seeing things in a way that helps you to ascend, helps you to be your higher self. Whatever that looks like. If that means you going to help others, you're a successful person, whether it's in business or whatever you would wish to aspire to, to work towards that. But again, working towards ourselves, it includes working towards all of us, like all of what every type of piece of ourselves. So whether it's our identity, whether, what values, what are important to us, what we enjoy doing, taking time to really understand everything about ourselves, our sexuality, everything, even to the type of food we eat, everything is important, because that is what makes us who we are. And don't feel afraid. Don't feel afraid to show the real you, because we're all about authenticity. Wagwan Collective, Wagwan Taranti Collective is all about the authenticity. Don't be afraid to show who you are. Don't be afraid to go out and reach out to people, because that is what is life. That's what life is. No man, no woman is an island. No man and no woman is an island. No man and no woman is an island. So that means from time to time, we may need help from others. Okay? From time to time, we may need help from others. So when you need that help and you need that assistance, and you feel like, let's say, for example, you're going to move to a new home, but you can't carry all that weight by yourself. You can't pick up all those boxes by yourself. You can't move all those things by yourself. You can't carry everything into the new home by yourself. You're going to need help. You're going to need assistance. So why ignore the assistance and the help when you can do with it? Take it. Don't be afraid, but give thanks. Because again, it's the accept and the receive. Accept and the receive is so important. It is so important. And as a collective, as a collective, it's important that we also understand that that's the process of receiving. To receive, we must also be able to learn to accept. Now, I know that for myself, and I'm sure that many of you maybe in the collective have also experienced difficulties to be the one that likes to give, but you don't like to accept things in return. So let's say if someone's thinking, you know what, I would like to buy a present for this. I would like to buy a present for you. I would like to buy a gift for you, just as a thank you, just as appreciation. But you will say no, like, no, it's okay. It's not, no, it's all right. Thank you. Like, I appreciate it. But then deep down, you'll be like, oh, I didn't really get a birthday gift. Or I didn't get this. Yeah, because you're always saying you don't need something. So again, people will then start to think, oh, well, she appears okay. He appears okay. Just going to sip on a quick bit of tea. Yeah, she's okay. He's okay. So they don't seem to need anything from me. They don't seem to call for help or assistance. But those are the type of people that need that assistance. They need that, because then you have that way that you can then end up falling in silence, where you're suffering in silence and you're not talking, you're not reaching out to people. That it makes you vulnerable. And collective, if there's a lasting message that we can have, is to look out for one another. Look out for your close loved ones. Look out. Take that time, to even hang out with people or spend time with people. But also knowing that, if there's any friends or anybody that around you that don't always are not always forthcoming to talk or share how they feel, take that time to even if you could just tell them, just, if you need something, please don't be hesitant. Don't feel no way, because just same way like me, I need help. I can't do everything by myself. I can't do everything by myself. Sometimes I need help from my friends. I need help from people like you in the collective. People like you to come and to help and show love to one another. So reach out. Don't be afraid. Don't. Reach out. Accept love and to give love. Okay? To accept love and to give love. To accept love and to give love. Because if we want to receive, we must be able to give. But if we give, we must be able to receive. It's a two-way process. It's a two-way process. And that sometimes takes time to register and then you get that kind of like aha, like the Ace of Swords is that kind of like aha moment, like yes, like this is your time to recognize. Sometimes you might feel like, oh, you want to be, let's say if you're the eldest child, or you've always been the person that is the main let's say the breadwinner, or just the kind of the one who's done really well, and you support your friends and family. But then you can create unhealthy codependency relationships where people then don't develop the skill sets needed to feel that they can be truly independent in themselves, and then depend on that person who is the main breadwinner, and think like, okay, well, I don't know how to do this, so I'm going to go to this person, I'm going to go to that person. But then who does that person go to when they need help? Who do they go to? Because they're always being the one who others seek help from. So who do they go to? And then that is how the trap starts to develop. Because eventually it will start to feel like, well, I am that person that you come to when you need help. But I don't know if I would have that confidence to come forward and say, I'm struggling, when you look up to me as that person for assistance. Woo! Are you feeling that? Are you feeling that, collective? Are you feeling that? Yeah? So then sometimes we can get stuck in that. We can get stuck in that trap. Because then we start to feel like, no, I want to be that person that you can come to, that you can feel good, you can feel confident with, or you can express your feelings with. But I don't know if I can be that person where you then see me, and then, or in almost like in a weakened state, if I can let go of that control issue. You hear that? Control issue. Because it is a part of a control issue, because it's also like wanting to control the persona or the image that you've created. And that image alone, again, you see with the dog is sweating, but the dog is sweating, but it's trying to hide it, because you're trying to create this kind of persona that is, even though you're struggling, you're suffering in silence, but you're still trying to keep everything looking like everything looks perfect. And sometimes our situations are not always perfect. Same way if it's a relationship. Sometimes relationships are not always perfect. Okay? No one is perfect, but we can try and work towards our ideal and what perfect looks like to us. But nothing is perfect. So don't take no shame. You hear me? Don't feel no way that if you need help and if you need assistance, take it. Seek the help from others. Seek help from your family. Seek help from your friends. If you've got trusted loved ones, trusted friends, seek help. Seek advice. Don't suffer in silence. Don't struggle. Okay? And have you been like the Nine of Swords, worrying at night, not sure who to go to, thinking it's struggling to sleep at night because you've tried to create a facade for so long that it impacts on your overall your overall well-being, your health. Let go. Okay? And seek advice, seek assistance. Don't be afraid. don't be afraid to seek help. Okay? Because we all need help. Yeah? Now and then, depending on what the situation is, whether it's some advice, some guidance, but seek someone like a counselor or a therapist that can give you that assistance, and don't be afraid to get some help, okay? Because we all need help. Now, we're all human beings, okay? And Rome wasn't built in a day. So sometimes, if we're not sure about something, well, just take that time to really go and think, okay, I'm not sure how to do this, or I'm not sure how to go about this situation, how to kind of go about this situation. So I'll seek some advice or seek some guidance from this place, or for someone that I trust, or from like a therapist or from a counsellor who can give me some more advice and guidance. Okay? So, Wagwan Tarantee Collective, I hope you found this episode useful. And please, again, the message, don't suffer in silence, okay? Seek help and seek advice and guidance, okay? Now, please look after yourselves, take care, and see you on the next episode. Wagwan people and Wagwan tea sippers. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.